Let's get it. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so glad to see it. I do hope everyone is well today and that you are able to get out like myself and enjoy this beautiful day that the Most High has given us to rejoice in and be glad. And I am rejoicing and I am glad today. Like I said, to see this day and have another opportunity to say something about my Yahuwah and his sacrifice, his son Yahusha, my Savior King. And see, when I say that, I mean it, because he saved my life. Not only did he save my life, but he prepared me for it. He told me beforehand that I was about to go through something that was going to shake my faith. However, don't take my eyes off him, knowing that he'll never leave me or forsake me. He gave me like a good 2 months head start in preparing me for this major stroke that I suffered, the open heart surgery, the 3 major surgeries on my left leg, and finally 3 toes amputated. Now, no, he didn't tell me it was about all I was about to go through, but he spoke to me so clearly and so frequently that I had time to prepare myself and my wife to the point where she was finishing my sentence. Yeah, I know, Robert, something's about to happen. It's going to shake our faith, but don't take our eyes off the Most High. He'll never leave us or forsake us. And right when she said that, I believe the next few days I had that major stroke. So I mean these words I say. I'm not out here just blowing hot air. I'm out here for real, like we used to say. For real. And I had to learn how, which the Most High takes us all through this process, but it's all up to us how far and how fast we go with the Most High. And this is one of the major hurdles we have to jump over. And that's my thought for today, and it is cut off the secret sin. Cut off the secret sin. And I know I spoke on this briefly on Monday, I believe, or on Tuesday. But basically we were saying in the text that a lot of times our youthful sins, or what did I say? What script was that? The youthful lust. That's what it was. And that script is going up the screen right now. But it says to cut off the youthful lust. And I paired that script with this one. And it is my text for today, Hebrews 12, 1 through 4. And the text says, therefore, since we are surrounded by a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, the secret sin. Or as one text says, the sin that, what's the word? Easily besets us. And that's a powerful word, beset. And you see they translated it into trip you up, that trips us up. Okay, we'll carry on. And let us run with endurance the race that the Most High has set before us. We do this by keeping our eyes on Yahusha, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross. Let's say that again. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross. And see, that's what was just on my mind. We have to endure our hardships, like the text says, as good soldiers. And 9 times out of 10, this is the enduring part. Getting over them secret sins and those youthful lust. Those youthful lust. that we all have hanging and attached to us that we have to literally shake off. And it goes on to say, disregarding its shame, the shame of the cross or the shame of the stake, of being openly rebuked, whipped, tears snatched out, people beating you down, getting the worst beat down in history. Them Romans, they did you dirty. They did you dirty. If you read over history, you'll see how them dudes carried it. When they killed a man, they killed him bad. They were some dirty folks. I ain't gonna cuss. But they still are. They haven't changed. They're just like their forefathers. But we'll carry on. And he did all this, like I said, because of the joy awaiting him. He endured the stake, disregarding his shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor besides the Most High's throne. Think of all the hostility he endured from sinful people. Then you won't become so weary to give up yourself. After all, you have not yet given your lives in the struggle against sin. That's powerful. And let me back this table up some on my camera so I know it's a glare. That's better. Yes, indeed. I'm excited about this text. Oh. I know the text says consider the ants, but I'm about to consider one dead. This joke keep climbing up on me. I'm not your baby daddy. Pardon me, like I said, sometimes just look over old Robert. I say some things, sometimes I need to watch my mouth. But it's true, he keep crawling up on me trying to get personal. All on my thighs. That's a bad feeling for a man. Pardon me. But yeah, that's the whole of my idea today. I'm gonna keep it nice and simple. We have to cut off them things that easily beset us. That's always getting us in trouble. That's keeping us going around the mountains like our ancestors over and over and over. Just like I was saying on yesterday, my pop's favorite song was Do It Again. Do it again, do it again, and do it again. He worked us hard in practice, so at the end of the year we'll walk away with the trophies and the certificates. My pop didn't take nothing less. He wanted champions and he raised champions. And he's a champion himself. And that's how he carries himself throughout his whole life. That's who I've known. And see, my pop is a quiet man. He don't have a whole lot to say. But when he speaks volumes. And like that old commercial go, when Aetna talks, everybody listens. And I may be having that wrong as far as Aetna, but I believe it was Aetna. I've used that analogy before, but I believe it's Aetna. When Aetna talks, everybody listens. And this was a commercial around in the 70s and 80s. But I'm saying this because that's how my father is, my pop. When he talks, you best lend the ear, because you know you're about to hear something real good and something that's going to help you. And he said that a lot in our lifetimes. He said, I only want to help you. I ain't going to hurt you when I can help you. And see, more importantly today, and what we all have to remember is, when the Most High speaks, we need to listen. And to be quite honest with you, he's already spoken. He's spoken to us through our elders, through our forefathers, through these texts that we read. And finally through the Ruach HaKodesh, who agrees with our spirit that what we reading is written by him. And we need to pay attention and listen and do what it says. And like the text says, the whole world will pass away, but it says not one inkling of the word will pass away before this world is destroyed. And I'm saying this in my own words, but that book is true, and everything in it we need to follow, pay attention, and do it. And stop going around the mountain. I know I get tired of the same old test over and over and over. That's why you'll hear me out here sometimes. I say, mum's the word. So if you hear me get quiet and just say, mum's the word, that means don't you say a word. Don't do it. That reminds me of when my wife and myself was going to foster classes. We were gonna have some foster kids. Right before my son started having his youngins. Oh boy. Well, one of my sons, I should say, my wife's eldest son, right before he started having them babies, we went to a foster child training class, because we was gonna get us a couple of foster kids and raise them. Most High willing that he wasn't. But I say all that because the teacher used to say, she had a saying too, and her favorite saying was, don't do it. And she was always talking around or about how you treat them youngins. And she would tell you, I'm gonna tell you right now, them kids are gonna get on your very last nerve. And they would walk us through scenarios of how the children would act. Pardon me. And she told us that every one of those scenarios were true. And it would be like stuff you couldn't even imagine. That you would have to put foot to butt, or put a belt or a switch to their hind parts if they did that to you. But she would always come back after the analogy she gave and say, don't do it. She'd be like, Mr. Holloway, what you gonna do about that? You gonna snatch them up and give them the business? I was like, no. She said, why? Before you can ask, she been done said, don't do it. Don't even try to make an excuse. Don't do it. Just don't do it. And I'm like, and that's one of the reasons. No, that's a lie. I'm not even gonna say that. We didn't get the kids because it wasn't the Most High's will. Like I said, we started having grandbabies back to back to back. So we was like, we're gonna spend time and effort into them. But yeah, when you're in a situation, just think about that idea I just said. Don't do it. Just imagine you literally shooting yourself in the foot. Puns intended. Just imagine shooting yourself in the foot. Or like myself, cutting off your 3 major toes on your leg, on your foot. So that's what it's gonna be like. It's gonna slow you down. You can't run no more. You can't do all the things you used to love to do. You can't go out and jog in the middle of the night when it's nice and cool, especially during the summer like it is now. I used to just go out and run miles. But to the Most High be all the glory and praise, because now I can get out here and ride, and in the middle of the day. Hot as fire here. But he done helped me build up my endurance. Not only physically, but spiritually. I come up another level or two. Learning how to say no, that stiff arm. Just like the Heisman Trophy where that fella stiff arming the other player and holding that ball. See, that's how you gotta protect your faith Pardon me. That's how you got to protect your relationship with the Most High. Because that's all it is. It's your baby. Just imagine you running the ball, the football, and them defenders coming at you to smash you up real good. And they trying to knock your baby out of your hand. They trying to make you fumble. And back in the day, they didn't care about making guys fumble. They was just trying to break you. They was trying to break a leg or arm or crunch you up on the insides. But nowadays, what they'll do, they'll sling one arm, they'll grab you with one arm and try to sling the other one to knock the ball loose. And you gotta say, no, I'm not gonna be able to do it. And I'm transparent. I'm gonna give the idea of what I'm talking about. I was addicted to porn and sex and them boob clubs, the strip clubs. And see, I had that issue. And see, I know a lot of folks still have that issue that's still in the church. Matter of fact, it's a known thing where they have a night where all the men get together and go to the strip club. Yeah, they do it. Probably still do it. And I had an issue with this lust thing we're talking about today, this youthful lust. And I was born and shaped into it like we were speaking on yesterday. And what I mean by that is, I was born into it because of my family's secret sins. And I say my family because my father, well, I know my uncle for sure, and my cousin, who we got it from. But they used to and to be quite honest, I can't even say my uncle. I have to put all the blame on my cousin because I've never seen my uncle with them nudie books. But my cousin had some nudie books under his bed. And that's where we were introduced to the world of porn. And that addiction has whipped me most of my adult life and young adult teenage life. It has been terrible. And I'm saying right now, I have to continually, even now to this day, I have to continually check myself and see how the Most High dealt with me about this and dealing with women. I'll change the angle for the sun. And dealing with women is because I used to lust after them when I saw them. So what he told me to do, he said, well, Robert, just imagine that they're your sister. Because in actuality, they are. And that changed my outlook on how I look at my sisters and how I treat them. And a lot of times, the Most High had to deal with me about that also. A lot of times, women don't know how to treat them, don't know how to handle it. They think you're still flirting with them because you're treating them like your sister, or with the love that you would show your sisters. And I have two sisters, and a lot of other sisters that were adopted into our family because of our sisters, and a lot of sisters that were adopted into our family through our friends who had through our friends that were male, they had a lot of sisters in their family. And this was all through church. So there was a line drawn. You just didn't cross that line with your sisters. Even with your church sisters. It was like, nah, I can't mess with you. I can't talk to you. That's what we was called it back then, talking to each other, because I can't talk to you. Your sister is my best friend. So it was something you picked up on real quick. I can't cross that line. So when the Most High referred me to looking at my sisters like that, then that helped me a lot with the lust. But I don't think that's it. I still have to turn my head quick sometimes. Oh boy, just like I was gonna ride around the park one day, and this young lady, a daughter of Zion, was out here in something like that commercial where they say some of that, oh my goodness. Oh boy. And y'all know it's true, quit tripping. Y'all sisters know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what y'all got. I'm just being transparent. And I had to literally I skipped that side of the park and came all the way back on this side and did my workout over here until I was done. I'm like, I'm not going back over there near that. I know I can't handle that. It's just like taking a drink when you were drunk and you done quit. Like they say, you getting back on the wagon or off the wagon, however it goes. And you have to say no. That has whipped me my whole life. That has tore down my finances, my relationships, and how I treat my sisters and brothers, and how they treat me, how they look at me. See, everything we do is our witness for the kingdom of the Most High Yahuwah. Every thought we make, every breath we take, every word we speak, it's our witness. See, we are that image we was talking about yesterday, that the Most High is counting on us to portray. Pardon me. And when he made Adam, he was a spitting image of Yahushua when he made him. He made him in his image and in his likeness. And told him, go be me. Go do what I do. I just create the whole world. I just put it all together. Now you take care of it and create your world within your earth, within the earth I've given you dominion over. So basically that's what he's asking us to do. But like I said earlier, the major hurdle is saying no. And I've said it 1 or 2 times before, but I told my wife this right when I first met her, a little bit after I met her. I said, I respect every woman in the world because y'all have to say no, especially a fine woman, a gorgeous woman like I like to say. Y'all have to say no at least 5 or 6 times a day, if not a whole lot more than that. Because people are always coming up to you, ladies and men nowadays, always coming up to you trying to holler. So you have to learn how to say no. And it gets to a point where it's redundant. You have to put a little sting on it. And that's how it is with these devils. But they come at you back to back. They're what's the word? What's the word? They're not reluctant. They're resilient. You can hit them with the no. That's not even necessary. That joker didn't get enough attention when he was young. That joker didn't get enough attention when he was younger. I ain't gonna say what I was thinking. But yeah. Women have to say no over and over and over. But yeah, we have to do the same. We have to treat it just like a dude that's approaching a woman that she done told no and get out of my face, leave me alone. See, it was just like this post I saw yesterday, and I'm gonna say this and we're gonna get busy. This lady said that, how did it go? I forgot it just that quick. I see one of the fellas I speak to, a fisherman, is rolling this way in his car, probably to speak and to be nosy. But we're gonna get busy. But we have to say no to these youthful lusts and to them sins that get the best of us every time, and say, no, I can't do that no more. That's not me. Yeah, you know how them folks is. They be nosy. But we're gonna go on and get up and get going. So I say, let's get it. It is another absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, and I am so glad to see it. There's the little ducklings I was talking about on the other day's recording. Looked like she had 6 of them now. I think she started off with 9 of them. And I love paying attention to wildlife or creation, because as the text says, it speaks of the Creator. And I am something sore today from those squats and at almost 8.5 mile ride yesterday on a Wednesday. And I felt like I could have went on for 10. Which, as I was saying, that's my ultimate goal, my goal anyway. We're gonna be patient and wait on the Most High. See, what I'm learning, the older you get, you have to prep them muscles. You have to prep them muscles. Kind of walk them into what you're about to do to them. And yes, we stretched when we played ball. Especially the higher we went, we stretched a little bit more. So when we was in Pee Wee League and Little League, no. Ain't did no stretching. We can jump out there on the field and just go. But now at 50, pardon me, 51. See, this is that little crossing I was talking about, that the mother duck was taking her ducklings across. Matter of fact, you can see a little path, at least right there. Where she was walking them across the walkway here. You know, like I was saying, when you get a little older, you gotta take a little more care of your body. Well, a whole lot more. And it starts with what you're putting in that chopper. Got to be more careful. And yeah, I said I'm gonna go and suit up with this sweat vest. Since it's about 90, 93, it's definitely over 90. Let's see though, I'm nosy. That thing said 84. I know that's a lie. Okay, it's 92 with a real feel of 95. That's about right. See, when you've been outside in the weather all your life, you can pretty much tell what the temperature, where the temperature is. Thank the Most High. We gotta cut off them little secret sins though. And I noticed Amari Harris has been on that, singing that tune. Amari Dwayne Harris, a biblical Hebrew, on YouTube. I guess you would call it biblical Hebrew ministry. I'm hearing folks, but I don't see them yet. And see behind me, all the way back there in the woods, back there by the other shelter, all that behind that is the is a hole on this disc golf course. So you hear folks back there in the woods conversating and cutting up. You never really know who it is and what's the goings on. But you're like I said, Dwayne Harris of a biblical Hebrew channel on YouTube. And we've been fellowshipping with them for the last few months. He has an online Zoom call on the Sabbath. Good dude, I like him. But like I was saying, he's been echoing this call about the secret sin. He's been singing that song for at least the last 2, almost 3 months. But like I was saying, it's a hurdle we all got to cross. The Most High really can't use us like he wants to until we get over them sins. Oh boy, that's a mouthful. He really can't use us like he want and need to until we cut off them secret sins. Because they're gonna be exposed. Ain't no doubt about it, they're gonna be exposed. See, he the type individual, he'll say, okay, let's go and expose it now. Let's go and get this cleaned up now before I put you on blast. And see, you want the Most High to put you on blast, but you don't want to be put on blast. Oh boy. You don't want to be shown in an unfavorable light. And I do not stutter. I heard a fella I was just talking to, the fisherman I was telling you about. He says that he had 2 minor strokes from some accident he was in where he was overseas. And of course I told him my story. And he came back with, yeah, I stutter from time to time. I'm like, yeah, I do too every now and again. But I'm not going to keep speaking that negativity into my life. I speak just well, just fine. I get my point across. But cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off. And see where we're at now, we don't have a whole lot of time to get it right. What you saying? We do not have a whole lot of time to get it right. And see, what the Most High keep ringing in my ears, there's people counting on you. See, that's what keeps me faithful also. I can't lie. To know there's folks out here that's counting on me, oh boy. That if I mess up, they gonna mess up. Okay, let's get it. Get off them sins. Get off that sin truck. Or like, look here. Go on now. Go on. Go on. Go on. Another one of them black ants. I try not to kill ants because the text says consider them. I try not to kill any bug out here I'll be walking around. But yeah, cut off them sins. Cut them off. And I can't get off it. Right now I'm gonna say it again, cut it off. Let's get it. loosening up this hip. Really tight right now. We'll keep moving though. And mom's a word. Let's get it. Just like the Most High told me yesterday, we gotta get our own pace. Follow our own pace.
I thought it's his room. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, you know, it's light.
Hearing that song, Tupac song, lady, take it easy. So we're gonna take it easy today. I just did 35 squats. I said I'm not gonna push myself too hard. Get these muscles warmed up, then work on them a little bit harder. No. Take it easy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just say no. And as I said in a prior recording, no has become one of my favorite words. So much to the point, I sing it. No. You have to let Hasatan know you mean business. It's like this kid. I don't know where I saw this at. I don't know if it was in a movie or a cartoon. But this kid is asking his parent for something. She's saying no. He's saying, please no. Please no. 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 He say, please no. Please mama, nope. Before he can even ask, she's already hit him in the head with the no.